The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters the most to me. Between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. Of course, there's the Timberwolves. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And I think for Minnesota, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, Greg, they can start to break out of that pack.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Wiggins and Covington fill the wings. Towns is out there with Bell, and it's Napier in at the 1 spot. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Rondo and Caldwell-Pope in the backcourt, and it's Howard in at the center.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
And he gets it to go.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now, here's Napier. Feeds it to Towns. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to Howard. Back to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
I'll tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
Napier with it. About a minute played so far here in the first. Wiggins against Caldwell-Pope. Wiggins kicks to Covington. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Howard. Covington against James. Outside Rondo. To the left side wing. Here's Howard. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Davis, the pass to Howard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, Howard, a physical and muscular, authoritative big guy who intimidates most nights. His physicality, very impressive.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
And he can't get the first one. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Good on the second free throw. Mark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. And the Lakers with another miss. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 3. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day. Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Covington against LeBron. Here's Rondo. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Napier. Drills the 3-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
And LeBron James Clark climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And he makes the first. And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And the Lakers last season going against the grain to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticized that move.
And, you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed. An absolute beast in the pick and roll. Towns rolls off ready to score. He doesn't disappoint either.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Minnesota in the lead. Outside, Covington. Pass to Wiggins. Five on the clock. Takes the 3. Drills it from outside.
This is the dilemma defensively. I mean, when Wiggins glides off the pick, he's hard to shadow.
Down low. Here's Rondo. Another shot and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Minnesota gets called for the foul. On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
And he knocks down the first one.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
Now, here is Bell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside Rondo. LeBron outside. The 3. That shot missing. And Minnesota now the other way. And on top of their troubles from range, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to beat. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? To get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
And that one misses. Greg, no secret that many Minnesota fans are questioning the contract they gave to Andrew Wiggins as his development has seemed to plateau.
And with all due respect to Wiggins, it would be worth worrying about if you're a Timberwolves fan. Wiggins has taken a step backwards, I feel, the last few years in his scoring and seemingly has lost the edge to his game that made him such a promising young star.
Now here's Rondo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Back to Napier. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Bell. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Lakers trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket, and the finish is going to be something in a poster.
And so Napier will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Rondo sends it back.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
That ties it up.
So hard to corral Howard. I mean, even when you try to rough him up and get physical with him, he still just is able to play through it.
The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Outside, Towns. Passes it to Wiggins. Fires from deep. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Caldwell Pope the bounce pass. Fades. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Wiggins. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Wiggins has got 6 points.
A main area of emphasis for Wiggins moving forward has to keep knocking it down from the mid-range.
LeBron right side. Shoots over Covington. James with the bucket. LeBron's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. The feed now to Towns. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
We know he can score from outside too, but close to the hoop is where Towns makes his living.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Danny Green, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Bradley's subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
A shot by Culver, nobody around. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now Bradley. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Los Angeles with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 5. Here's Layman. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Here's Bradley. Tipped away. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Inside, here's Green. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And here's Napier. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And the pass to Vonleh. Here's Layman. Shoots over Kuzma. The shot by Layman, no good. Lakers trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bradley passes to Kuzma. Back to Bradley. Three-pointer. Drops in the tray.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
On the wing, Green. Pass to Kuzma. From deep three-point range. The shot, no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And stolen by Napier. Fast break, Minnesota. Finished off the break. And now it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Bradley. He's tightly guarded. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Davis. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Culver passes to Layman. Kicks to Jang. Pass to Culver. The 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
Now here's Bradley. And Davis can't get it to go. There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Napier up top, guarded by Green. Napier feeling it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Culver. The second chance effort. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on JaVale McGee. The Timberwolves have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. First free throw is good. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. That one misses.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
Now here's Kuzma. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. Davis, again the Lakers. Seven seconds left in the first. Crab, that's for two. And so it's Minnesota in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Minnesota, Conley's out there with Lehman. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then it's Allen Crabbe. And it's Culver in at the point. Can't hit from in close.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. To the inside. And that one's good, Caruso.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Now, here's Culver. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. 4 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Jang. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And, you know, we all know about Jang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on it.
Here's Caruso. Kuzma outside. Outside, Davis. Lots of room. And it's good off the back rim and in. Davis has got 10 points. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
And here's a look at some numbers for Davis.
And the past 10 games have been all about his work on the boards. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. He's battling like he hadn't been earlier in the year, and it's great to see that kind of hustle.
Free throw drops for Culver.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. James comes in for JaVale McGee, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Green. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that.
His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Now here's Davis. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
And any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Now here's Caldwell Pope following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Here's Caruso. They get it again. Here's Howard trying to get open as Davis. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Howard.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That'll be his second foul of the game. Stolen.
That's one of the few mistakes they've made this half. Turnovers haven't been an issue for them yet.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Boy, LeBron's taken a lot of punishment over the years. For him, just part of the game.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Take a break.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
That free throw, no good.
Amongst the many things that I appreciate most about LeBron James, and there are a lot, his leadership. I mean, everybody else just kind of naturally falls into place behind him because he's such a good example and a positive leader.
And he's good on the second.
And I'll tell you who I feel for. The Wolves fans. One playoff appearance in the last 15 years.
Yeah, and you know, they've had some exciting talent in Minnesota, guys, but they've done very little winning with that talent. I think the good news, though, when you want to spin it positively, they still have that talent, and a lot of the talent is young.
Now here's LeBron. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Portland. But they get it back. Davis dishes to LeBron. Shoots over Covington. Los Angeles with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Wiggins outside. Towns in the corner. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Davis.
Boy, I tell you what, so hard trying to corral Towns. He's got excellent strength, good feet, good hands, and he's got a will to score the ball that you've got to appreciate.
The free throw drops for Towns. And the last 2 years, Karl Anthony Towns getting a rap as a bad defender. Clark, do you think that's fair to say?
You know what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was. He's not nearly the defensive liability he used to be. And he's better defensively one-on-one. And I think he's improved in his ability to switch and rotate on smaller players.
Wiggins passes to Crabbe. Outside Covington. Here's Towns, and yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. The first free throw is good.
And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team. Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Now here's Cram. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Wiggins drives in, and Wiggins throws it down.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
Timberwolves leading by 6. He kicks to Covington. Back to Towns. Howard with the steal. Passes it to James. Caldwell Pope outside. And there's the pass to Howard. Shoots over Towns. No good from Howard.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Bell, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And, you know, the height of Towns gives him an advantage in seeing the floor so well. He's excellent at making these nice passes.
Los Angeles calls timeout. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Howard determined to punish the rim and scare off defenders when he gets inside. Watch out now.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Napier with it. 5 points in the game.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
For Minnesota, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
That one is off.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
And the second free throw, good. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
He feeds it to Towns. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
James finds Bradley. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer, and the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys, boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They've led by as much as 10. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
You know, for a 6'9" forward, Covington really handles the ball well. I mean, you can trust him with the rock.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Bradley. Just 5 on the clock. Rondo. His 3-pointers off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 7. And here's Covington from the arc. No good that time. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. To the paint. Here's Bradley. He can't hit that time. Wiggins with some nice D. Outside, Towns. On the wing, Wiggins. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Here's Towns. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Outside Bradley. Back to LeBron. They grab their own miss. Howard. Outside for Rondo. Bradley passes to Howard. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Shoots over Covington. Goes up again. LeBron, no luck. Timberwolves leading by 9. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Here's Bell. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And the Lakers call time here. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of do-it-all big man.
Specifically how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
Some changes for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Green in for Bradley. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Towns. Noah Vonleh comes in for Bell. Jake Layman's checked in for Robert Covington. And Culver's subbed in for Wiggins. To end the drought. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Noah Vonleh.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Rondo. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific. The Timberwolves have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:46 left in the first half. James looking around. Outside Rondo. Back to James. To the middle. Here's McGee. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Pass to Jang. Dishes to Culver. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Layman. Here's Napier. Almost, but it rolls out. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. McGee, the pass to LeBron. Kicks to Rondo. There's the pass to Green. Over Vonleh. James misses.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
For Minnesota, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Rondo. Outside Green. Pass to Kuzma. Now McGee. Back to Kuzma. The wing jumper off target. Out to the right wing. Here's Vonleh. No good on the three. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, what do you like about the way the team's playing so far?
We're competitive right now. We're going after it. In our possession, we're going hard.
We'll see if that continues in the second half, Andrew. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 10 rebounds. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Big Cat is like the poster child for the modern-day big. Can score on all 3 levels. Efficient, hits for high percentages. Another one of those young stars who can be as good as he wants to be.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the 5 spot. That's the Laker 5. And Bell kicks to Covington. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Lakers trail by 10. Now here's Rondo. James outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. On the wing, Davis, defended by Bell. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Wiggins with some nice D. Timberwolves leading by 10. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Minnesota with it. Now Napier passes it to Towns. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Doesn't take a lot for Towns to catch fire. He's a confident, sweet-shooting big guy. Can score on anyone from anywhere.
Left side Rondo. Feeds to Davis. It's stolen by Bell. Here's Napier. 9 points in the game so far. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Napier's got 12 in the game.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Caldwell Pope outside. Now the pass to Davis. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Towns, the pass to Covington. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Towns.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. Well, you know, it's not been easy for Andrew Wiggins the last few seasons, guys. The production has just fallen short of expectations. He was a #1 pick back in his draft class and really has struggled to live up to what the fans have expected him to be.
And with Wiggins, he's clearly a talented player, Clark, but people just want more from him.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and a lot of it is a matter of consistency. And when the expectations are high, being a former overall #1 pick, that pressure can affect you. But I think if Wiggins can just lock into being consistent, all of that will subside.
And he can't get the first one. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
And it's Napier missing. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. They're scoreless since the first half. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That sets off a 5-game tour for them.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And both free throws, good for James. Timberwolves leading by 15. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Covington wide open, he fires, and he's good on the 3-ball. Covington's got 7 points.
And, you know, whenever Covington is squaring up like that, he's money. Just an exceptional shooter with range for days.
Pass to Howard. Shoots over Towns. Howard, that's good. 11 points in the game.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Minnesota's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Towns kicks to Covington. Wiggins outside. Over Caldwell Pope, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lakers trail by 18. Here's Caruso. Pass to Davis. 6 to shoot. Over Napier. And he can't bank that one in.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Covington passes to Towns, and it goes down 2 points. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
Towns attacks the basket with such a ferocity and never give up attitude. I love that about him, guys.
To the paint, Towns with the steal, and here they come. Covington dishes to Bell, and the shot goes in.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. LeBron passes to Howard. Over Bell. Howard misses.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
That free throw, no good. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Avery Bradley comes in for Alex Caruso. Minnesota also with the sub. Krabs checked in. And he sinks the second. The Lakers really having a tough go here. Outside Bradley. Poked loose and stolen by Napier. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Here's Towns. An easy 2 points on the layup. Towns has got 8 points in the quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
I think this is one of the great strengths in Towns' game. Very reliable shooter from the foul line. Forces the defense not to be too anxious to send him to the stripe.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. And it's Green in for Caldwell Pope. Culver's checked in for Minnesota. And Towns drops them both. Timeout called the Lakers.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls. Now a moment to see the stats for Wiggins. He's one of the standouts over the last month. Averaging 17 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Kuzma outside. Back to Green. Pocket 6. And that one drops for him.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Culver. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Culver's got 10.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Green kicks to Kuzma. Culver with the steal. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, we'll go to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Jang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Wiggins against Bradley. Passes to Kuzma. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Layman's checked in. One thing about Kyle Kuzma, Clark, he's not a ball stopper. When he touches the ball, he is shooting it.
I would not disagree with you there, guys. He is fearless looking for his shot. He hunts his shot aggressively, and he's very efficient. He doesn't need a lot of dribbles, but the one thing I like about him is that he doesn't hold on to that ball long. He's going to make a quick, decisive move or get it out of his hands.
Towns dishes to Jang. The Lakers with the rebound.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit, did just enough to force him to clank that one.
You know, once Kuzma has the position he wants inside, he does his thing fearlessly.
And here's Culver. He's got 12. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Kuzma against Jang, and the rejection by Towns. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Vonleh comes in for Towns, and it's Napier in for Allen Crabbe. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Teardrop shot. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Shot clock at 5, and the basket by Napier.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Rondo with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Right side Davis. Here's Kuzma. Count that one. Kuzma's got 5 points in the quarter.
Taking on everybody, all comers. Kuzma's very aggressive, and he's used to getting hit on the way up. Plays well through contact.
Minnesota's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here we have a rundown of the players you don't want on you when you're putting up a shot. The leaders in blocks over the last month. Anthony Davis is second.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
6 to shoot. A nice shot by Culver. Culver's got 14 points.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Outside, Davis. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now, here's Culver. He's got 14. The pass to Jang. Poked away. Pass to Lehman. The offensive rebound. Tries again. The Lakers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Is finishing it off.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
1:57 left in the third. Now here's Napier. Defense right on him. Pass to Vonleh. To the inside. Jang lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jang's got his second bucket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Rondo. The feed to McGee. Inside. And it's Davis missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now here's Napier. He's covered by Rondo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. James checked in for the Lakers. Minnesota also with the sub. Robert Covington's checked in for Jake Layman. .106 left here in the third quarter. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Now Napier. He's got 16. 6 on the shot clock. Over Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on JaVale McGee.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Napier. Good on both. Here's Rondo. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. LeBron outside. He feeds it to McGee. And stolen by Jang. Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Timberwolves leading by 23. And here's Napier. 18 points for him. Passes it to Culver. Here's Jang. Can't get it to fall. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. We'll get right back to the action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Lakers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. Culver and Covington at the 2 and the 3. Vonleh's out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Napier in at the 1.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Down low, here's Jang. McGee with the block. Rondo with it. The pass to McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Now, here's Napier. He's covered by Rondo. And Zhang kicks to Covington. Pass to Culver. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's Napier missing. Lakers trail by 17. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. James outside. Rondo looking over the floor. Pass to McGee and stolen by Jang. Feeds it to Covington. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Timberwolves. On defense, the Timberwolves. They have a 19-point lead. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Fires top of the key. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
LeBron against Covington. LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. And there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now, here's Culver. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. He dishes it to Jang. And no good that time. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Lakers trail by 17. Now Rondo. James outside. To the left wing. Wiggins against Kuzma. Wiggins with some nice D. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Covington takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll.
Hey, yo, right here.
Outside Rondo. Caldwell Pope with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Kuzma kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Rondo. Minnesota with the rebound. Vonleh's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Wiggins. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. With the second effort, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now tonight. LeBron against Covington. And the dunk by James.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Minnesota calls timeout. Karl-Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. Bell comes in for Vonleh. Here's Towns. Wiggins passes to Culver. And there's the call on Howard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Here's Culver. Five to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Covington against James. Left side Rondo. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Second chance shot outside for Rondo. Shoots over Culver. And too long on the shot.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Here's Wiggins. And he banks in the layup. Wiggins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, I like that effort from Andrew Wiggins there. Doing a nice job on the offensive glass.
Outside Rondo. It's Kuzma top the key. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves.
Nice recognition here by Robert Covington, seeing a lane to the bucket and pouncing on it immediately.
James against Covington. Knocked loose. Outside Rondo. Culver with the steal. And he lays it up and in. Culver's got 19 points.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Kuzma, that's good.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Here's Culver. Wiggins outside. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
LeBron with it. Now Covington defending. Rondo, no good.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter. Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Here's Rondo. There's the dish to LeBron. Good D by Covington.
Well, it does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Troy Daniels comes in for James. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Passes it to Caruso. Can they get it? Bangs home the trifecta.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Out to the right wing. The pass to Crabbe. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
The Lakers making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Noel, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
Caruso, the pass to Dudley. Hits the outside fadeaway.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
The Timberwolves shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Pass to Reed. Shoots over McGee. Reed misses. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Pass to Caruso from deep. Crabbe pulls it in. Minnesota shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Got a piece of it. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. That's his first foul. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only two conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Shot clock at 3, and that one good.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Cook. Passes to Daniels. And here is Dudley. Back to Daniels. And again, the Lakers no good.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
There's the pass to Crabbe. Here's Reed. Noel. The three-pointer no good. To the wing right side. Here's Caruso. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Minnesota has possession. And he gets the bucket.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Here's Cook. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you look so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
Just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.